Okay, welcome back again to some more 0K action. It's going to be a coop game versus chickens on the map Chicken Volcano, and we'll just go straight into it. Okay, there we go. So basically, coop, so that's cooperative versus AI. So we're actually going to be playing together against one or more AI players, and not actually going to be playing against regular AI controlling, what a player would normally control, but we'll be going up against the phenomenon known as chickens, which are basically like, I suppose you can think of them as the Zerg. They chicken coop, exactly. They basically swarm the crap out of you, but then they later on come up with more and more powerful units, including flying units, and generally they just get more and more nasty. You can see, hopefully OBS is recording this properly. Hopefully you can see at the bottom right, we do have some statistics there relating to the chickens. So we got hive anger, chickens live killed, burrows live killed, player aggression rating, and tech progress modifier. And the mode's going to be hard as well, so we're definitely not going to be going too easy on ourselves. And as you can see, the map is called Chicken Volcano because, as you can see, it's basically one volcano with pretty even crater around it, apart from this little water bit actually, for whatever reason. I suppose it just makes it look a bit better rather than just all hits being uniform, I suppose. And as you can see, this place in the middle is just full of geo spots, and we also got some pretty high level metal spots there as well. If we turn that off, right, that's going to stay there until we actually start the game. Alrighty, 6-pull Zergling Rush, exactly, we might be saying that. Anyway, enough of that. I think I've explained it pretty well enough. Let's skip the pre-game chatter, and there you go. That's basically, yeah, as you can see, all those geo spots, every one of them, has a little smoke effect, so, yeah, all of them combined sort of look like a volcano smoke effect. A very tame volcano smoke effect, given how big the volcano is, but nonetheless, it is there. And as you can see, we've already got some odd looking things on the radar spawning. So these are going to be roosts. They spawn chickens basically. They don't look like much, but they can certainly get nasty the more of them you have around. So we'll just get up there and yes, put all those vents in the mid. It is kind of annoying. I mean, a few vents is one thing, but it's just really annoying trying to play and having to select stuff through the vents and all. That's just, well, for me anyway, it was pretty annoying. So the grace period is not going to be 120 minutes, thankfully, it's going to be 120 seconds. Defenses need to be set up as well. Good old Space Aids pointing that out. Interesting name there indeed. And we should have chickens coming in, well, after 1 minute 20 seconds. So you can see in the game timer at the top right, it's, oh no, that's not 1 minute 20 seconds, it's 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. Whoops. So yeah, we've got a bit less than 1 more minute to go. As you can see, we've come up with a whole bunch of different factories. Got gunships, more gunships, spiders by myself, Lightman, wizard with spiders, more spiders, early geothermals, of course, and an airplane plant by Kapar. So yeah, this is a pretty resource-rich bit in the middle, but as you can see, there are opportunities for expansion. Obviously, these far-flung mexes are going to be near impossible to defend, and even the mexes here are probably going to be incredibly tricky to defend, but in any case, wave 1 has begun of 48 chickens, and here they come. So basically they're going to start out sort of like Zerglings really, very low range attack, as you can see. And what are they actually called? I think they're just called, yeah, they're just called chickens, swarmers. Surprised I didn't just call them Zerglings, but in either case, there you go. I suppose that's the 0K equivalent of a Zergling rush. So they're just going to be meandering around. They're not, well, the hive anger's only at 3%, so yeah, they are just wandering around basically, not really going towards anything in particular. In fact, actually, it's interesting because we couldn't obviously see what their orders were. Couldn't see what their orders were while we were actually playing because they belong to an enemy team. And here come another 60 of them. But there we go. Apparently, this is what the AI actually assigns to them when it comes to orders. Just basically gives them a random fight command and. These guys are basically bots, so they can basically path everywhere on the hill, except for a couple of purplish bits here and there. But, yeah, so basically, yeah, they're going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Thankfully, Felolovsky does manage to get a, wait a minute, do these guys have a powerless weapon? Surely not. It might have been the Faraday inflicting some friendly fire in. But anyway, in any case, yeah, we are actually managing to, well, stopping them from getting into our main base, It's relatively easy goings at this point, but yeah, they're just going to come in bigger swarms, bigger swarms, and eventually they're going to get heavier units and flying units as well, and we're too late, we're fine. There we go, that's optimism for you. So yeah, they're just going to keep coming in bigger and bigger numbers until either we or they are dead, basically. That was a line from the original Dawn of War, in fact, so there you go. Damn good stuff indeed. But there you go, it's actually a good idea. It seems to actually go with so many gunships because, yeah, as you can see, we can basically shoot at the really annoying chickens, at least for the time being. We can shoot the ground forces with no anti-air just yet. I can't remember if they actually do have anti-air, dedicated anti-air, or whether they just use their flying units as anti-air. I'm not 100% sure about that. But in any case, we do have some defenses set up, and yeah, we're basically just getting attacked from all angles, and we have to make sure they don't get anywhere near to the middle of the base, because these geothermal plants... Okay, apparently we're going to be getting some fun webs as well at some point. But anyway, these geothermal plants, they blow up pretty spectacularly, to say the least, especially if they're converted into moho geothermals, so we'll have to be very careful to stop anything from coming into the middle here. Are we going to be successful? Well, just have to wait and see. So for the time being, we just have chickens. I think we also had pigeons coming in as well, but I can't seem to... What's one? No. Anyway, I can't seem to make them out on... No, we just got 105 chickens. I could swear we had pigeons coming in. Oh well, whatever. In any case, we've just got more chickens coming in. They're just going to keep on swarming around. More chicken coops are going to be spawning as well, which is a real pain in the ass. Thankfully, the hive angle is not going to be too big at the very least. Really? That's a time limit? Okay. Dragons arrive at 30 minutes, apparently. At 50%. Oh, and of course, yeah, if we, killing burrow, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, if we kill burrows and such, then we'll piss off the hive a little bit more, actually, and presumably the timer will count down much more quickly. So, there you go. I think that's how, you know, how long we have to survive, basically, and there we go. Now we've got 48 pigeons coming in. What are they going to look like? Ah, so there's their flying units. There you go. Very fancy indeed. Apparently the frame rate's not doing too badly as well, thank God. But yeah, here come the good old pigeons, just screwing around. They're basically just the scout flyer, nothing really too fancy. Also going to be upgrading my Wild Weasel Commander while he's got next to no health. And out in the middle of nowhere as well. It's a brilliant position to be in, I think you'll agree. Thankfully to manage to eventually jump him out of there. I really should just keep him in the base, really, because he can't walk up... Yeah, he can't walk up and down certain slopes like my spiders can, so he's really just going to get in the way more than anything else. But what the hell, he's bigger, badder, and at a slightly higher level as well, so we'll see how that works out, I suppose. Looks like no other communication happening just yet between our team. We're probably going to be communicating soon, maybe, or maybe we're just focusing on defending our little corners and building up the defenses as quickly as possible. As you can see, we do have a nice little combination. Even got some mutants. In fact, I'm pretty sure if just zoom out... Yeah, I'm the only player who's actually using mutants, and yeah, mutants are pretty useful actually, defenses. Yeah, they're pretty useful defenses, even against regular players, just the way that you can get them to push stuff or attract stuff towards you. I mean, obviously you need other stuff with them, but they act as a great multiplier to other defenses, and even to other forces actually, if you can... you know, deploy them at the right time, or, you know, lure the enemy to your Newtons. Very fancy little turrets indeed, actually. Especially against these sorts of current short-ranged enemies that we're up against. If we just being able to push them away, as you can see, stops them from getting too close to us to deal too much damage, while we can just keep on damaging them as much as possible. There you have it. Hard to expand. Yes, it is kind of hard to expand. I mean, obviously, the way this thing is set up, this is basically going to be our main area to defend it, and everything after that. I mean, technically we could expand down the slope. We should still be at an advantage, but it's not going to be anywhere near as big an advantage as, you know, being up on these little cliffy bits here. So, wow, this thing can really depress its gun pretty low, actually. God, it's even tearing it into its own terrain. That's how overzealous it is. Look at that. It's actually... oops. Oh, god damn it, I didn't mean to do that. It's actually firing through its own little ring piece there. Don't know if you can actually see it, but it's literally phasing the turret for its ring piece thing there. Not bad. Very amusing indeed. Thank God for that little cliff section. Man, who'd think these things can actually depress their turrets like that? So bizarre. Well, looking at what's happening... Well, okay, just screwing the camera there. Looking at what's happening on the right, we actually do have a fully functioning Doomsday machine as well. Not such a bad little bit of defensive architecture. Can definitely cover a bit. And yeah, being on a hill as well, that means its projectiles go a bit further because it uses parabolic pathing. Radar tower might not hurt either, actually, for that matter. So, and there you go. This thing should be able to tank a bit of damage, do a bit of damage too. But as you can see, we do need a bit of anti-air though. My Newtons can only push so many of these flyers away. But and we do have at least quite a few defenders. I mean, they're, for the time being, they're acting as good makeshift anti-air, and I mean that's what they do basically. They act as anti-air / skirmish, as you can see. But at the same time, they're apparently we need shields too. Of course, who needs shields? Exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they get destroyed incredibly easily, and yeah, they only get 3 missiles before they have to reload. The commander, he's well, yeah, he's still trucking along on this little cliffy bit. We also do have a Cobra deployed as well, huzzah. And yeah, this thing's going to be in a bit of a tricky position because the enemy air units, they're kind of going to climb the hill because the enemy, well, flying units in general only fly a few meters away from the ground, just like in real life, of course. Yeah, a few meters above the ground, which means that these things are actually going to have loads of trouble trying to hit them down here while they're actually ascending. So it's going to be a bit annoying, but at least our defenders can hit them, so that's something. Now we just need some shields, which is what we're actually getting from our funnel web of all things. Also, an interesting thing to note as well is that these funnel webs are not actually getting... From what I can tell, yeah, it looks like the nano caretakers, yeah, they actually are directing their build power to all of these things at the same time, rather than doing it one at a time. In my opinion, I think one at a time would be better. But anyway, build roof. Well, actually, no, you can't do that because another thing actually I probably should have mentioned is that I'm pretty sure at the very end of that timer, you don't just actually win, but a queen unit spawns in, and you have to destroy that queen in order to win, or at least I think that's the case. So yeah, you can't just hide a unit and hope to survive. You actually do need to kill the end game unit, which is a queen, and that thing's a bitch to take out, to say the least. But anyway, we'll be finding out about that possibly in this game, possibly in the next. But yeah, I forgot to mention that. Probably should have actually, but whatever. What is happening here is that we've got an Annihilator of all things being built instead of another DDM. I suppose it'll have great range. Well, actually, its range is not that great either. I mean, keep in mind, this thing also needs power as well, actually. But anyway, keep in mind that because this thing is, as you can see, it's a beam-based weapon of some description. It doesn't actually get a range bonus if it's higher up compared to something that uses arcing projectiles. So, maybe not the best of decisions. It is pinpoint accurate though, I'll admit that much. It does do quite a bit of damage. But, yeah, it's... nah. To be honest, I wouldn't agree with it, but whatever. We've got shields being set up all over the place. Factory getting blocked by Moho geothermals, and yeah, this... indeed. Oh god, Moho geothermals blocking the spider factory. Oh well. It was nice knowing Mr. Spider Factory. I suppose they'll just have to rebuild it elsewhere, but I mean really, they should have been a bit more careful with Moho geothermals, for fuck's sake. It's not like as if this thing was moving around. And not to mention, looks like everything here has been upgraded to Moho geothermal. Oh no, it's a geothermal. Whoops. Not all of them, but yeah, as you can see, they are getting upgraded, so we definitely don't want anything to come anywhere near them. Otherwise, yeah, if one of them goes belly up, then the other ones are going to destroy... well, they're going to chain explode, and they're probably going to destroy the entire base. But hopefully it's not going to come down to that. We actually got 9 frames per second, as you can see in the top right there. Not too surprising, given the amount of crap that's just happening on all angles. And we actually do have worms coming in as well from our opponents. Oh, okay, they actually do have their own stealth units. That's so bizarre. I don't actually remember fighting against stealthed chicken units, but there you have it. Apparently they actually do have stealth units, so worms. So borrowing Flamer, Assault / Riot. So it's kind of like a slow, non-jumping, much sturdier Pyro, I suppose. But fortunately we can take a bit of damage, but these things are going to be a massive pain in the asses. As you can see, some greenish shit is all coming. Whoa, what the hell? It was... Whoa, okay, was that from the worm? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, we have one worm here. Wow, those things can really flame the fuck out of our defenses. Indeed. And indeed, yeah, we're starting to lag, not too surprising there. Well, at least we're up to 14 frames a second, but as you can see, our right flank is in danger of getting possibly overrun, but thankfully we do have the DDM, some defenses, well, multiple DDMs, even an Annihilator, just hanging in there, thank God, and these things can take loads of damage, thank God for that, but these things, wow, they really spread their flames far and wide, to say the least, but at the very least, once they get detected, they go down relatively easily. We are on fire. Yep, that's a pretty good way of putting it, actually. See what's happening on the left, actually. Do we have any cloaked units? Nope, instead we got a whole bunch of arty units, so just lobbers. Thankfully they have to attack uphill, but unfortunately for us though, they still have got pretty damn long range, and there's a whole bunch of them as well coming in. Real pain in the ass to deal with. I mean, if we had some, we actually should be able to deal with them with our gunships at the very least. Just, you know, charge them, destroy them, and be done with it. But we do have spider monkeys coming in as well. All-terrain support, I'm not entirely sure. Are they actually... I think they can actually target gunships, actually. It's kind of hard to tell. But I think they can, actually. So I think, yeah, these are just general anti-air, anti-ground units. They can just walk around all over the place because they're spider monkeys, damn it. Look at them. Flapping their little mandibles around. Very, very much pissed off, to say the least. And then again, I suppose they are under fire. Stuff is attacking them from above, so yeah, I'd be pretty pissed as well, actually. It's like playing as a GLA. Except that they do have some air units of their own, and here come the next level of air units. So a couple of rocks coming in. Heavy attack flyers, just choking a bit there. And yeah, they're going to be coming in from all directions. We actually don't have any anti-air on the right at all. And they have it. Something manages to break through. There go our there go our Moho geothermal plants. And there we go. We have a nice little mushroom cloud there. We'll just whoops. God, the camera's really screwy on this map. Just zoom in there, and yeah, there you go. We actually managed to reach all the way down to the water layer. So quite an achievement indeed. So yeah, there goes our base basically. Whoopsie lonk. And it's too bad we almost had a funnel web built as well. Not that it would make much, not that it would make much of a difference anyway. And there is their design. Well, my Stardust was a decorated veteran at the very least, and other people got a whole bunch of rewards as well. But yeah, I mean, really, this was just a powder keg waiting to go off. Still interesting game nonetheless, though. So there you have it. One more 0K game to come. We'll just switch to this. Okay. And I shall see you all then.